Hi guys, thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time. Story Time! Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment to my page. Here we go. Hi guys, thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time on today. Today I will be reading to you guys Peter Rabbit. This is an old book that I picked up on one of my journeys of picking up books, guys. So this is Peter Rabbit, pictures by Beth Wilson, and this is from Whitman Publishing Company. Excuse me. All right, guys, let's get into this. Once there were 4 little rabbits. Their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sand bank underneath the roots of a very big fir tree. "Now, my dears," said Mrs. Rabbit one morning, "you may go down the lane or into the fields, but don't go to Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put into a pie by Mrs. McGregor. Run along and don't get into mischief. I am going to go out." Then Mrs. Rabbit went through the woods to the baker's to buy a loaf of brown bread and 5 currant buns. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good little rabbits. They went hopping down the lane together. Blackberries. Peter, however, who was sometimes a naughty little bunny, hopped straight to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed his fat little self under the gate. Look at him squeezing under that gate. He's like, "I'm finna go in this garden. I don't care what mom say." He ate some lettuce and beans and radishes. Then, feeling rather sick, he went to look for some parsley. But whom should he see but Mr. McGregor? Mr. McGregor jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake and calling, "Stop, thief!" "Run, Peter, run!" Dreadfully afraid, Peter rushed all over the big garden searching for the gate. He lost one of his shoes among the cabbages and the other shoe among the potatoes. He might have gotten away if he had not caught the buttons of his jacket in the gooseberry net. It was a blue jacket with brass buttons, quite new. "Poor Peter," chirped some little sparrows. "Hurry, Mr. McGregor is coming." Peter struggled fiercely. At last, just as Mr. McGregor was about to pop a sieve over his head, Peter wriggled out of his jacket and dashed away. "I know that's right, Peter. Hurry up." He rushed into a tool shed and hid in a can. It would have been a nice place to hide if there had not been so much water in it. Presently, Peter sneezed. Kerchoo! And Mr. McGregor was after him again in no time. "You better get out of there, Peter." Up and down all around the garden they ran. At least Mr. McGregor gave up and went back to his work. Peter saw a door in a wall, but he was too fat to squeeze under. He asked the mouse the way to the gate, but she had a large pin in her mouth and didn't answer. Soon, Peter came to a pond where a white cat was staring at some goldfish. He went on without speaking to her, for he had heard about cats from his cousin, Benjamin Bunny. Suddenly, he heard the scritch-scratch of Mr. McGregor's hoe. Peter hid under a bush, but soon as nothing happened, he came out and climbed onto a wheelbarrow. The first thing he saw was Mr. McGregor hoeing onions, and beyond him was the gate. You gotta hurry up and make it to that gate, Peter. Peter got down very quickly, ran to the gate, and squeezed under. Then he ran as fast as he could. He didn't stop until he was safe, at last, in the woods. Mr. McGregor hung up Peter's shoes and jacket for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. Dang, how big was his jacket if it was able to fit a scarecrow? Peter ran until he reached his home in the big fir tree. Then he flopped down on the soft sand and shut his eyes. His mother was busy cooking. She wondered what he had done with his clothes, for it was the second little jacket and pair of shoes he had lost in a week. That means he keep going back there. Oh, he get full, all right. Peter did not feel well during the evening. His mother put him in the bed. She made some chamomile tea and gave a spoonful of it to Peter. But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and fresh blackberries for supper. Oh, his stomach was full. He ain't need no food. All right, guys. That is the end of Peter Rabbit. I hope you guys like that book. Thank you all for tuning in to Big Mama Storytime. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my page if you haven't done so already. All right, guys. Bye.